The time check was brought to you by Seiko.
Welcome back to TVB News. A speedboat suspected of being used in trafficking illegal immigrants from the mainland capsized early this morning in Macau waters. 7 or 8 people are believed to still be missing. Joao da Silva reports.
The search operation was launched just 300 meters off the coast near Haksa Beach. Passengers fell in the water when the 6 to 7 meter long fiberglass speedboat capsized not far from a resort in Koloan. A number of people were rescued while still at sea. The Macau Customs Service detained 2 women and 4 men, all from the mainland. Among them is the suspected snakehead who allegedly arranged for the illegal immigrants on board to come to Macau. Another man who was intercepted at the beach was found to be carrying forged documents and is believed to be one of the vessel's passengers. A Macau Customs Service official said all of those rescued so far claimed they were traveling to Macau for gambling and tourism. He added that this is a relatively common situation, but that in this case, overloading and rough sea conditions caused the boat to capsize. Macau authorities have recovered the speedboat and towed it back to land. The vessel was believed to be carrying about a dozen people, despite having a capacity of only 5 to 6. An investigation into the incident is ongoing. Joao da Silva, TVB News.
To political reform now. There's mixed reaction tonight to a show of optimism by the Secretary for Constitutional and Mainland Affairs. Liz Yoon has the story.
The second round of public consultation on political reform is coming to an end next week. At a spring luncheon at the Legislative Council today, neither Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying nor Chief Secretary for Administration Carrie Lam commented on the progress of garnering support from legislators. The reform proposal needs the backing of 2/3 of lawmakers, which means getting the endorsement of at least 4 Democrats. Secretary for Constitutional and Mainland Affairs Raymond Tam changed his tone today from being extremely pessimistic in the past few months to cautiously optimistic now. Others also see room to maneuver.
Even under the A31 framework, there's still room, for the constitutional reform to move ahead, and suit, the Democrats as well.
Others tried to make sense of the sudden show of optimism by Tam.
Up to now, I do not see any people who have expressed that they will vote against that proposal have changed their view. Therefore, I think it is too early to change my own assessment.
The Pan-Democrats are standing firm, saying they will veto any proposal in line with the framework laid down by the National People's Congress Standing Committee.
We know that there has been no new interaction or offers made by Beijing or the Hong Kong government about any relaxations on the NPCSC restrictions. So under that circumstances, I don't believe that there is any change in our position to warrant his change of attitude.
I think Tam Ji-yun is trying to spread the wrong message, try to split the Pan-Democrats, split the people of Hong Kong.
Lee also said that he would continue to persuade members of the public to see that a reform package under Beijing's framework would not give Hong Kong genuine universal suffrage. Liz Yun, TVB News.
To South Korea, where police say a gunman shot and killed 3 people before he was found dead. It is the second such incident in the country this week, and that's prompted authorities there to announce plans to tighten regulations on gun ownership. Police say the suspect was a 75-year-old man. The victims were his older brother, his sister-in-law, and a police officer who arrived at the scene. No word yet on a possible motive for the incident not far from Seoul. The suspect was later found dead with a gunshot wound. Police say he might have killed himself. On Wednesday, a gunman shot dead 3 people in Sejong City before apparently committing suicide.
Greece's 4-month extension to its bailout has been endorsed by Germany's parliament. German lawmakers today voted in favor of the extension. Germany is a key creditor to Greece and has advocated spending cuts and economic reforms as a condition for Athens getting its hands on more support. Meanwhile, several dozen people smashed stores and bus stops and damaged cars after anti-austerity demonstrations broke out in central Athens overnight. No one was arrested in the first major show of opposition to the Syriza-led government. All right, it's time for sports now, Chris.
We're going to go local and a little bit in advance of the big night. Excitement building for next Saturday's big fight night in Macau. China's Olympic hero Zhou Shiming goes for his first professional world title. And as Jameson Wong tells us, won't be easy as the current flyweight champion already owns a win over Zhou.
Despite what's at stake for the two fighters and what's riding for the sport of boxing in their respective countries, don't expect any trash talking or bad blood between China's Zhou Shiming and Thailand's I'm Not Runrong. Both boxers know what it took to get